I could have got myself another gift. Everybody's relationship is different, but definitely work on the gift giving. No, that's their love language. Yeah,
Men like massages too.
exactly.
Men like massages too. We like it. I don't know about some of y'all, but I like to get pedicures and manicures too. I like to get all that done too. So, I ain't scared to get all that done.
Well, I could have got myself another gift. Everybody's relationship is different, but definitely work on the gift giving. No, that's their love language. Yeah,
Men like massages too.
exactly.
Men like massages too. We like it. I don't know about some of y'all, but I like to get pedicures and manicures too. I like to get all that done too. So, I ain't scared to get all that done. Good day, my good and gracious and merciful people. It is an amazing time of year. It is a time for love. It is a time for laughter. And it is a time to just be amongst the presence of those you like to breathe air with. If you don't have someone to breathe air with, breathe your own air. I have with me today an amazing couple, amazing parents, amazing podcasters who do their own thing on an amazing show called It's Relational. They also run an amazing media group called KHA Media Group. If you need your stuff edited, make sure you reach out to them. That's an amazing connection of people that I've come into a circle with, and you will see more of us doing things together. You will see more of them. You see more of me. You see more of Miss DeAnne. I missed her name a couple times, but I've been practicing to get that right. And you will see Baby Johnson podcasting for all the babies out there who need their podcasting done. Baby Johnson will have the podcast popping. Enough about the chit chatter. Y'all here to hear about how you celebrate Valentine's Day and every day. Being a couple and being a single person, I will represent the single people. I got us down. They will represent the couples. And like I said, Baby Johnson, he's going to represent the babies. We got all circumferences wrapped up in this thing today. But before I do that, y'all know how I start off. The Johnsons, Miss DeAnne, Mr. Johnson, Baby Johnson. How's everything been going for y'all?
We're doing good. Glad to be here.
Yes, we're doing fantastic. Thank you for having us on, together as a family. We don't take it lightly, especially because all three of us were missing one other person. He's hiding somewhere. That's Mr. Kemba. Mr. Kemba, sir. Kemba the cat. But, we are, doing well and just want to thank you once more just for allowing us as a family to be on your platform.
How y'all doing mentally? It's been about a few days since we talked, so how are you doing mentally?
I would say I'm okay. You have some moments when you're worried about so many different things, and it's like because I'm a bit of a planner, I want to plan everything. Like I plan months in advance, just so it doesn't become a problem for me when it gets closer to the time. And I always freak myself out, so I just gotta just be more patient with myself and just not put too much pressure.
The holidays coming up. How is it that when things don't go your way, Miss DeAnne, having someone opposite of you that's just sporadic, how does that make it easier for you to be like, okay, that has my back? What is it like having someone to always have your back?
It's very reassuring because there are times when, I fall short in my own understanding and also just my own ability. And it's great that Kamar is there for me to help me and be my right hand man because I'm left handed. So he's my right hand man. Yeah, to help me and guide me along the way. So it's the best thing ever. Having a support period, whether it's a spouse or family or a friend, is the best feeling knowing that that person got your back no matter what.
And Kamar, she's different from you. So what is it like for you when things can't be sporadic and you have to go by the calendar or planner? What is it like for you to not always have to be sporadic, but you have someone there who has that plan? Okay, I'm trusting in what she's planned.
It is, in some regard, annoying because I like to just pick up and go. But she definitely helps me realize that you should take a moment just to chill out and reassess and plan much better. And funny enough, what she didn't mention is we actually we swapped roles in terms of I used to be the planner, she used to be the sporadic one. I don't know where and how we swapped, but we literally swapped where I used to be like, no, everything needs to be planned out to the T in terms of like the time we get there, into the location, the exact spot in terms of left exit, right exit, entrance, blah, 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 blah. I used to be like that. I don't know where and how we swapped is hilarious, but it does feel good just to know that, hey, sometimes you're going too fast, slow down. because I wouldn't realize I'm going so fast. She's like, "Hey, wait, hold up. Before you make that next leap, look first." I'm
Yeah.
like, fair enough.
The thing is, I don't like being disappointed. Granted, not everything works out how you expect it, but I always try to plan for at least a backup plan just in case my plan A doesn't work out. I always have, okay, this is my backup plan. So at least it may not be what I ultimately wanted, but at least I'll be satisfied. So I just want to get to like a satisfaction level where I'm like, okay, I feel good. I'm okay. You know,
Fair enough.
I'm not unhappy because every time when something doesn't go right, it's like it's
That's a
stuck in
good
my head.
mindset to have.
Right. Oh, let me.
I think that happens to a lot of us because when something doesn't go right and you haven't had that backup plan, I tell people, I say, you don't have to stop at B. You should go ahead and go to Z because, the alphabet doesn't stop at B. So, once you get to B, then your backup plan should be C, D. Then once you get to D, it should be E, F. And, so it should keep always going. So you're always ready. So you're never caught off guard when something doesn't happen like it's supposed to happen.
Right.
But you also got those sporadic ideas that keep you or get you back on track too. So I think you all's relationship, from what I've known, is the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's what type of bread you like. It's whatever type of peanut butter you like. It's the great mix for you all to be able to enjoy that sandwich.
Yeah.
A
Yes.
lot of people may say, "I don't like jelly," but then it's not your sandwich to eat. It's your sandwich to eat. I don't like the crust. Well, then take the crust
Take the
off, and
first
you
off.
all have figured out what's good for you without outside forces having to interfere. How long did it take to get that way?
I would say early on we realized that we can't let, like what you just said, letting outside forces dictate what happens in our relationship and in our marriage. Because yeah, that person may give advice which they feel is, sound advice, but it may not be beneficial for us. Because every situation doesn't takes a different viewpoint. It takes a different way to, find a proper solution. And we have to find something that works best for us. That's why we are very like, we'll hear what you were saying. We're like, okay, thank you. But it's not everything that we hear from others that we actually take home and say, okay, we're gonna actually use that. We pick and choose because we want to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward. Because when you off and gone giving me this great advice and my relationship is in shambles, I can't come back to you. You're gonna say, "Why did you listen to me?" And then I'm gonna feel like, okay, there's egg on my face.
Yeah. Just caveat that off for that selective hearing, selective listening, if you will. So I would actually kind of give, somewhat of a timeline of when we realize we can't have outside forces really like penetrate into the relationship. And that would probably be about, 10, 12 years ago when we really kind of,
Do you think
realize,
year 2 or 3?
huh?
Year 2 or 3? I was thinking maybe year 3.
Of marriage.
Yeah. Maybe.
Before that. Remember, for those who don't know, we are high school sweethearts, meaning we've been dating since my junior year, her sophomore year, all the way up until now. So we're 10 years married this August. So getting married at 21 specifically, that's not a societal norm, right? So there were extreme outside voices that
Oh.
could encourage or discourage us from what we're doing. Fortunately, majority of the we had around us was encouraging. However, we realized prior to even being married, roundabout being engaged, that we cannot allow outside forces to really get into the relationship and like you said, kind of dictate or suggest things to say or suggest things to do. Because, like she said, if I took your advice for problem A and now problem B evolves, two things will happen. One, I'm going to rely on you for future assistance. And two, you may not even be available for future problems that unravel. So, that's why I want to just caveat off of what DeAnne is just saying.
Yeah, if you keep using that same person, you might as well go to therapy. Someone that's actually skilled in the matter. I would think so.
Yeah.
Well, that person is free.
That is true.
That person is free.
Yeah. Then they got their own life to worry about.
So I got couches at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. The therapists, they be wanting to lay on the couch too and talk to somebody, but you know how it go.
Yeah.
So with your show, it's relational. How often do people send in emails like, "Hey, we're going through this. Hey, we're going through it. What type of advice can you give us?" What was it like when you first got emails or messages, people asking for advice, or do people send you it trying to get advice from you all?
Oh, bountiful, plenty. I don't know if you get the same amount of reach out as me, but like
Mhm.
plenty of people, and more so, what a lot of people do is they'll ask more so in person rather than a DM. We get DMs here and there, emails here and there, but it's a lot of in person stuff. Like for instance, when people ask, "Oh, hey, what do you do? What are you about?" "Oh, my name is Kemar. I'm in the relationship sphere. I'm married to my wife DeAnne of X amount of years. Oh my God, you're a relationship expert or coach. Oh my God, I need your help. Tell me the one greatest tip you like." That's how it usually unravels. Or I'm having this problem with my boyfriend, or I'm having this problem with my girlfriend. What do you suggest? So it's always like on the spot where we're kind of thrown into, you know, problem solving for some people. What's your take on?
Yeah, we get messages asks, like, what do you think about this? And then, we give our advice and then we also say, you still have to make the decision that's work best for you. But, that's my unbiased opinion based on what I just told you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So they don't, in a sense, you hold us to like this higher standard that because of us, this and this happened, just like take what we say, see if it works for you. You still got to come to a decision that works best for both of you. So,
Yeah, because thinking about it with our platform, it's relational. We aren't designed to necessarily directly give advice. That's why with our podcast, we interview other singles and other couples just to have them talk about their nuances, their in and outs, their relationship. We also, ask some more questions on top of that, but we just let it be like a think tank of relationships and how they mesh and how they bond because all relationships are similar. At the same time, they're also different. So we are not directly saying, if you're doing this, stop it. No, we're saying, oh, person A is a planner, or better yet, person A love language is gift giving. So if you know that, tackle their love language of gift giving and work on that for them. So that's how we spin our podcast versus directly telling people on social media, oh, if your boyfriend isn't taking you to this $1,000 dinner daily, then he's not it. Stuff like that.
yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
Look who's that.
Well, I ain't it.
Yeah.
Just gonna say that I ain't it because $1,000 restaurant ain't it. At least not on the first or two dates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just gonna hey, while y'all listen, I'm just gonna tell you, I ain't it. Not first date, $1,000 dinner. I ain't it. We might as well move in together because that's bills to be paid right there.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned love language because my last episode, Love Spective, uh, broke down the love languages and it asked the question, what is your love language and what are you doing to evolve your love language? Because a lot of people don't understand the in-depth portion of their love language. Speaking of $1,000 dinners, they want their spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, to pay for that $1,000 dinner, but they don't want to do anything else besides that, but except run and go tell whoever it is, oh, they just paid for $1,000 dinner on the first date. But there's no substance after that. So, what is your plan for the rest of life besides getting that money up front? So, you pretty much, to me, you're ruining your first date to get to know the person if you're trying to break the person on the first date.
Right.
What was y'all's first date like? I know y'all said y'all been together junior, sophomore years in high school, but when y'all first got the real opportunity to date each other, what was it like?
It depends on what spectrum we're looking at because
Well, our being that we started out in high school, we both weren't working, so our first date was McDonald's. That was our first date.
it
And then
was.
after that, it got a little fancier. We went to the
Oh
Chinese
man, that's
spot.
it right there.
It got a little fancy. Went to the Chinese spot, and then
Oh yeah.
after that, it was the movies, right? And it was the
What
movies.
movie?
Wait, we talking about we saw.
I don't know. You said it's a movie, so you sound
It
like
could
you
have
rolling
been
off.
no, I didn't. Well, we saw different movies though, Kumar.
Okay, okay. Because
It
you
did,
remember McDonald's first and then
yeah,
Chinese. I was just wondering if you
yeah.
remembered.
Then it was movies, and then after that, it was like we did like park dates and stuff, right?
Hmm.
And after that, it graduated to a nice restaurant. It
So there's levels to this, clearly.
was levels to it, but if we was to start out now, like what would your first
Straight out, there's
where would you
levels to
take me
this.
as a first date if we was like early on in our dating, we're we're mid 20s, we're 25-ish.
I
Where
take
would
you
you
to Red Lobster, sister. I take you straight to Red Lobster. What do you expect me to do? Oh, I should take you to what's the name? Chris Ruth.
no,
So where should I take you?
no Red Lobster, shorty,
Applebee's.
like
Or even
Take it
what?
to
Applebee's. Yeah,
Applebee's.
exactly.
No, no,
So
no,
where
no.
you expecting me to take you for the first
I
date?
would have rather you say, let me make you a meal as our first date.
No, 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 no. Make you and then where are we meeting up at?
Don't you have your own spot? You got
Take
your own
it,
spot?
take it to the bodega on the corner. Get a sandwich.
Hello. So remember first date. Remember, let's say we're getting to know each other via social media or like a lot of people do now with all these dating apps, right?
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna invite you over to my house
that's
Yep.
because
true.
one, that's a bad
You slid
impression.
in the
Public
Yeah.
DMs.
setting, okay, public setting. But Red Lobster, though, come on, seriously?
What's wrong with you like their biscuits,
I like their biscuits, but that's it.
but you like their biscuits, so I'm already tackling something I know you like.
Yeah, but that's it. I like
Oh
the
yeah.
biscuits.
Anyway, I'm taking
Well,
her to Red Lobster.
I mean, he do got a point there.
if I was to do the date, if I was to plan the date, I would have done Red Lobster.
Where?
I would have done a place that is fairly priced, competitively priced, maybe $2 signs, just a nice eatery place. Plus, look, if you really want to be frugal friend, Groupon have a lot of good deals where you buy one get one free, or two for one price for dinner days.
Yep,
We've done a
they
brunch like
do.
that before
Correct.
in Harlem. It was a cute little brunch spot, so we could do something like that. So
I
there's
still don't see
there's
what's the
way
with
around it
Red Lobster, honestly.
because I don't eat Red Lobster.
You will make it work though. You would make it work. Now the reason why I say Red Lobster is because one,
Well, you did say in your 20s and 25, so that is a particular good date, Red Lobster. So
Well, at 25,
I'm not on
you
nobody's side. I'm just
more
saying
than likely you have
25.
somewhat of a decent job.
somewhat, or maybe just finishing up
You're
school
just,
or something. So that's why I'm saying Red Lobster is a good transition. So there's other restaurants obviously you can go to, but when you think about it, maybe that's not your very first date
yeah.
with this partner, right? So that's why I'm saying I'm okay with starting out with a simple Red Lobster because what are you really going for? The impression of the meal or the impression of the person? So
But
that's
if
why
I don't like
location.
Red Lobster,
You don't like Red Lobster? That's you.
That's a good point.
like I only like the biscuits. 'Cause
That's
I
a
don't
good
like the
point.
dishes.
Then
Like,
come with
what's like even like what I've went to before that was like a cute spot. It wasn't a date. It was this pizza place. They made like oven baked pizzas, and you eat with a fork and knife. Like that's how they do it. It's called Grimaldi's.
and then now we have to figure out
That's a
that's
pie.
but yeah.
Yeah, it was a pizza box.
That's a
Yeah, and
pie.
you can have it, tell them how you want it to be made, and they make, add your flavor and how you want to be made.
Here's the caveat though. What if somebody's lactose intolerant? See what I'm saying? So like but you say Grimaldi is a pizza spot. It's
Well,
primarily
Yeah,
you know,
there's ways around having a good date. That's all it is. You got to know who
in
you're
most
dating.
places in New York, yeah, most places in New York, you can get the variety of things like lactose intolerant because they
Yes.
do. Because if you all are talking 2025, let's say 10, 15 years ago, 2025, that age bracket,
yes.
then it's probably not as many lactose intolerant
Yes.
or vegan pizzas around. If
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
talking 20, 25-year-olds today, then they're not going to Red Lobster, they're not going to Olive Garden. I mean, we've all seen the list.
Right.
They're going to the top of the line, put your black and white tuxedo on.
Yeah.
They want to go to they don't want to sit on the sidelines of Madison Square Garden. They want to sit in the press box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They want to sit up there. If you can't sit them up there, they're not going.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to sit in the stands. So they won't do stuff like this. For all y'all listening, if I'm not talking about you, then don't get offended.
Hello.
But those are the
Yeah.
one that I'm talking to. You know who I'm talking to.
Yeah. There's ways around it. There's so
But
many cool
for
spots
me,
you
first
can go.
date today, first date 20 years ago, yeah, and especially in New York, no matter when I go on that first date, Central Park is always a nice first date for me
For a walk,
because there's a
absolutely.
lot to
Yes, it
do. You know, to
is.
take a walk. We in public.
Absolutely.
That's the first thing. We're in public.
Mhm.
It's a lot of places to sit, a lot of places to eat. You see weddings going on. We can talk about, hey, is that us in the future or is it not? I mean, it's just honesty. So and then we can go our separate ways. We can either catch the subway, we can catch a cab, we can catch an Uber back to our location. I can drop you off at the door. I can go home. That's a great first date.
Right.
Yes.
If we want to meet up, we can go to Manhattan the next day. Go take a tour to the Empire State Building. So there's a lot of things that we can do. It's just a lot of people don't think like that no more. So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
They want this big extravagant
Like I said,
now
experience.
we have Baby Johnson on board. So what's date night like now?
there's ways around it. So,
What's date night now with the
well,
baby?
we don't go on many dates now. So that's something because we're still, we have to find a babysitter. So a lot of times we will do like we'll do at home. But so for us, it has to be a lot of planning before we can like do a date night. The last time we did a date night, we actually went to the movies. So I said the next date night we need to do like a nice dinner somewhere.
No
And
baby included.
yeah, and plus
Gotcha.
he's getting Eisen is getting a lot better with the separation anxiety of like not seeing me because he starts crying a lot when I'm not there. So he's gotten a lot better with it. So over time we'll go on more dates. But for now, we've been just doing
Home dates.
home dates or we're all out
Yeah.
as a family and also we'll just like do separate hangouts. We like I hang out with my friends, he'll hang out with his friends, and we alternate with watching our son, or we'll just do group settings with our other friends, our married couples with their kids. It's like a family affair. We're all on a big date together. So we've done plenty of those though. So we've done a lot of dinners, but it's been just with other couples and their kids as well. So it's been like family date nights. We've done it a couple times in the summer as well. And you did it in the winter too, so yeah.
Hmm. Yes. What do you have to add?
Yeah, so
So what's it like picking friends for you two? Oh yeah, he's adding stuff. So let him get his stuff out. He's talking to some of them babies out there.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I heard him
You
telling
gotta
me, he
look
said,
at the
I'm
camera.
coming for y'all.
You gotta look at the
You're
camera.
soon for that, Baby Johnson. Too
well,
soon for that. Yeah, that's okay.
Picking friends since
When's the last time y'all played dominoes?
like a week,
Y'all told me about dominoes last
a
time.
week ago.
yeah, it was last weekend.
Last weekend.
Yeah, last we played dominoes and we played another board game as well. He won me in dominoes all 6 times.
So 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 in Jamaican culture, we would call that six love because I gave her six opportunities to lose, and she took upon all said opportunities and lost.
Yeah, but the board game that last weekend as well, I won, and he wasn't trying to give up. So I was like,
Yo, you
listen,
you blocked up the board.
because it's any means necessary to win.
So the alternative game that she's called Ludi,
Yeah,
and it's kind of like the version of
Mhm.
I want to say sorry.
is it?
I think it's like sorry.
Oh, I don't know how to.
I think I want to say
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah,
So
like you got to get all your players home, so they are created, and you got to go around the circle. If somebody jumps on you, you got to go back to the original origin spot, and your goal is just to get as home, bring all four of your players home as quick as possible.
and I did it before him, and I blocked him in the process because any means necessary to win. So, and that's what I did.
Any
Oh,
mean necessary.
strategic, being strategic.
So she's also the type too. If you play her in dominoes, because she's still like between reading the cards and not fully comprehending the game, she also blocks the game of dominoes, where that basically means nobody can play and the lowest card wins. And more than half the time, she don't even win when she do that.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
that's
like,
a
but I
strategic
just love the
move.
joy of just playing because it's quality time
It's a
with.
strategic move.
Yeah,
It's a smart move.
Don't encourage.
listen, it's called quality time. So whether I win or lose, it's still
And
fun.
for all of you know, that's one of the love languages.
Yes,
Yeah, that's one of the
all the
love
time.
languages. Quality time. A lot of people don't know that you have to get it where you can get it. It's not you can't you can't schedule quality time because then it's not really quality time because something always goes wrong when you try to schedule quality time. But when you can organically get quality time, that's the best time that you can take advantage of. And it sounds like you two are taking the best advantage of all the QT you can get, especially now, because you never know when you're going to be able to enjoy the small, just quality time for you two, not all three of you or four of you, but you two. And now trying to weather or look for opportunities in the new world that you all have to enjoy the old yous plus the new yous. It's something all parents have to navigate.
Yeah.
I foresee you all navigating those waters pretty well. Pretty well.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
What's
you.
it going to look like for you all this Valentine's Day? What do y'all have planned?
Well, we're not really Valentine's couple, because I'm good for a nice dinner any day of the week. So we're not really Valentine's couple. So I don't think we're gonna be doing anything
That's what I'm talking
unless
about.
he has something planned. But we don't really celebrate it like that. So it's like a regular date for us.
Yeah, we I want to say from like first or second, no, I'll say like second or third year of being married, we kind of abolished, if you will, Valentine's Day when it came to like us as a couple because it is obviously a commercialized holiday in order to have people spend outside of other holidays, but we looked at it like we don't need that specific day just to be like, hey, I love you. Why I can't just show up with flowers like I randomly did in the summer, just show up with flowers and be like, here you go. Or I'll never forget the time where again it wasn't Valentine's Day. I don't. We was at our old spot. I was like, oh, Deanne, I got something in the trunk. My hands are full. Can you pick this up for me? And what did you encounter when I said open the trunk that day?
It was flowers.
And she was like, and I was like, yeah, who's the man? I'm the man.
Yeah. So we did celebrate Valentine's Day in the past. I still have my very first Valentine's Day got from Kemar. I forgot what was that high school?
That was definitely high school.
That was high school?
Definitely high school.
Yeah, it was in high school. I still have it. These cute little teddy bears and they're kissing and I still have it to this day. So that was my very first Valentine's from him. So yeah, that's my cherishable Valentine is that those two little teddy bears. But that's really we keep it real chill.
Yeah.
I have the same process because it should be an everyday thing, not just a comes up thing. So if you cherish that person or throughout the entire year, when that holiday comes up, it's not such a big of a deal.
Yes.
Besides, it's also seemed to be one sided sometimes. It's depending on most people, they'll spend all the money and only get a pair of boxers back.
Hello.
So, sometimes it's a one sided holiday. A lot of the holidays are one sided holiday. And so, it's when you look at the love languages and you talk about the five love languages, if your love language is gift giving, then it has to be a fair share of gift giving. You have to be able
Hmm.
to give as well as you want to receive. So it's nice to see that you all have set the regulations, the constitution for what's best for, like we've been saying, for your relationship, and that's what's important. No one can break that constitution except y'all, and y'all not letting anyone break your bill of rights of love that you all have set, and that's what's important. And for everyone that's watching, that's what you do when you get into a relationship. You two set your rules and regulations, your constitutions, your bylaws, because no one else should be signing at the bottom. It should only be two people signing on that.
Hello.
Yes, and do better with
I
the
have to
gift
act. Well,
giving
I don't have
women.
to, but I want to.
Yes.
Do better with gift
Go
giving.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying for the women out there, do better with the gift giving for your men. Like seriously, about boxers and socks, you can do better than that. You do better than that. Way better than that. Like he will tell you what he wants, or if he don't, he hasn't told you, you will notice. Like, hey, maybe his wardrobe need a little update. Let me get him a couple shirts or some jeans. A nice pair of boots or a nice pair of shoes. Like something else. Like at least if you're going to do the boxers and the socks, give him a full outfit. Like dress him from the underneath to the top, like the undies to
Yep.
the top and the bottom, right? So
Take me to the, yep. You can take me to Ross's. You can take me to one of those stores, and we can get a whole outfit. You ain't got to spend all that money. You can get a whole outfit. So
Listen, Macy's is still a good
that,
spot.
that's a Deanna, that's a great point for the ones that's listening. Yeah, I will walk in any Macy's in any one of them stores with you. I'm like, yeah, I like that. Let's get that. I like that. Let's get that. Hey, this on sale. Let me get
Right.
that. So I ain't hard to shop for. A lot of people aren't hard to shop for because, Daniel, like you said, they're telling you what they want. People just aren't listening. That's the problem. People aren't listening. How do you all handle disagreement?
Hey, do you want to go?
Look like you
All
was
right.
ready to go.
Well, before, early on in our relationship, we didn't handle it well.
Terrible.
I always would be the one to be like, all right, well, I'm leaving, you know, always walking away from the argument. Granted, I still have to come back to the argument because it's not done yet. There's no compromise. So that was a little toxic thing that I had about me because a trait is unchanged. So I'm not going to say a trait. So a toxic thing that I needed to fix. So early on, we just wasn't that good. And he would always like, oh, you see, I'm going to tell you what happened and tell me if I'm wrong or right. He would be the one to be telling other people about her stuff
Well, to the
in
way how she
public.
said, yeah, the way how
Yeah.
she's mentioning it, she's sugarcoating a little bit. So in the middle of an argument, and then so many examples, but we're in Times Square. Everybody knows Times Square. Middle of an argument, whatever's going on, something happens, somebody walks by our argument because obviously people have to walk by, regardless if they're on this side of the street or on the other side. I noticed them walk by. I would say, "Yo, my man, let me ask you a question." Mind you, I'm yelling, so it's not even like I'm like, "Hey, can I bug you real quick?" I'm yelling. I'm like, "Yo, my man, I need to ask you a question." So and they don't even agree to it, and I'm over like, she did so and so, I did so and so. Tell me who's wrong. And I know we put so many people in uncomfortable positions doing, well, me doing that. So we stopped doing that, right? So I
Yeah.
had to just mention that because I don't want to sugarcoat it. I used to be really bad with that.
Yeah, so that was something we used to do early on. We used to really yell and scream at each other, not really quite listen to the concerns of the other person. So that was our issue. But fast forward to now, yeah, we have our moments where it's like, you know what, I ain't talking to you. You got me upset. You get on my nerves. But, still in that same day, we always make up. We never go to bed angry. As much as he acts like he ain't angry at me. I still find a way to make him smile through whatever we just went through, whatever argument. And our arguments are never long because a lot of times I may not admit that I'm wrong in the argument, but after time, same in the same day, when I really think to myself and I calm down, I'm like, okay, yeah, I was wrong. And I go to him and I apologize. I'm sorry.
Usually the caveat for our argument, kind of like, quelling and so on or so on, is I usually will play the card like, I'm going to tell your mother. And she's like, oh, no, I'm not. Right? Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say I'm gonna tell your mother what you're
That's
doing.
dirty.
I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet, but I'll be like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna.
She gonna listen to this. Now she knows you got that bullet.
I know. It's funny when one time I wanted to tell his mother, and then she looked at me and she was like, "I don't want to hear it," and I was like, "Dang." Yeah. So she ended up telling me to go for
Better
it
know.
to cool down, and I was like, "Okay." Yeah. So it's when you got to come to a point where, as a couple, you learn proper conflict resolution. You know, listen, listen to the other person, hear what they have to say, their point. Listen, no matter what, there is no trophy won in an argument. You don't win a trophy, you don't get a medal, you don't win no money, you don't get nothing. You just get an empty bag. So don't expect to try to win because it doesn't do anything for you in the long haul. If you're wrong, you may not apologize right then and there, but in that day, you need to apologize. Don't let 24 hours hit and you don't apologize for what you did or what you misunderstood. Because sometimes we unintentionally hurt the other person. They're like, you know what, I didn't see it that way. So I'm sorry that I offended you. I'm sorry that what I did was wrong and you felt hurt. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't that wasn't my intention. And there's sometimes you intended to offend that person. Like, yeah, I was intended to pinch you a little bit, but again, I'm sorry. I take it back, forgive me. So either way, you still have to apologize, right? But you have to realize that don't be that kind of person that don't want to apologize, because people will hold that against you. Like, you know what? I'm going to divorce you now. It's after because you didn't apologize for that one time that you played me in front of our friends. He said I look crazy in that outfit, and you laughed. You're not supposed to laugh. You're my wife. You're supposed to have my back. What if that be the reason why I end up in a divorce after you finally got good, right? You don't know. People hold things, you know, up against other persons. I don't, you know, we don't know why, but that's what people, as humans, we do that. We will hold something against someone else because we felt hurt in that moment. So just treat people how you want to be treated, treat them with kindness because as the scripture said, love is kind, love is not cruel, love is not boastful.
Yeah, I'm not gonna add anything to it.
That is true. 20 years later, you be mad you can get in a divorce because somebody ate your red M&Ms.
You'd be surprised people divorcing
And
away.
the whole time you didn't know they love red M&Ms like that. So it's
It was like you being
yeah,
spiteful.
it's. I've told people I'm like, yeah, I've told it. Sometimes people holding a grudge against you, and you don't even know they're holding a grudge against you, and you don't know why.
Big facts.
I said, you just talking to them all day long, and they're so busy holding that grudge that they're tired, and you don't know why they're tired, but they know that they're using that energy because they're upset at you because of something you don't even know that you did.
Right.
So, Danny, that's a great point. And there's really nothing you can do about it because they don't want to communicate with you. It's not you that want to communicate with them. It's them that don't want to communicate with you. So they need to learn how to communicate. And going back to the apology thing, that's a point of maturity that you have to reach to be able to say, "Hey, babe, I'm sorry. Either you want to talk about it or come back and calm down." Y'all have reached that level that a lot of people don't reach. So that's important to for both of you to just be like, hey, we come a long way and we're going to go a longer way. So that's I just want to commend you both on your journey to that point. Because I know a lot of people that can't get to that point because pride stops you from saying
Yeah.
those three words. I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
Boom. That's it's hard. It's not even hard to do. It's a pride thing. So it's
100%.
It's true. It's like all
what
of
do you got,
insult,
Kamar? You
man.
gonna say?
No,
Ooh.
no,
Yeah.
no. You're right. Pride is a killer, or can be a killer. I won't say will be. Can be a killer.
Yeah.
It's it,
Pride destroys a
yeah.
relationship.
It's this. It's not even silent either. It's silent. It's loud, and you don't even pay attention to it. So it's
Yeah.
last time I talked to you all, I told you about the Empire State Building. Have you all checked that out yet? And for those of you that don't know, Valentine's Day, you can get married on the Empire State Building for free. Have y'all checked that out yet?
We haven't.
I did look
Well,
into
I didn't.
it.
Yeah.
I believe I don't know if they give you someone to decorate the area. I don't know. But I did look into it. It is true. That is the only day of the year that I saw that it was the only day of the year that you could get married on the Empire State Building was on Valentine's. I didn't see the free part. I'm gonna look at it again.
Mm.
But I did see that part that it was the only day you can.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to get married, check it out.
Yeah, that's if Valentine's is like your thing for your relationship. You know what I mean? The special occasion is different.
I mean, if they're doing free marriages on the Empire State Building for Valentine's Day, I can make an adjustment for that because that's an experience in itself.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't want to get married on no holiday because that's a double gift. Not for me either. For the person I'm being married to,
It
I know some
sure
people
is, because
language ain't gift giving. So it's
she gonna
yeah,
expect that double gift. Like,
so
hello,
I'll
it's
be like, hey, you need to make your mind
Valentine's
up.
and anniversary.
Yeah,
Okay, double it.
I, I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, you need to make your mind up which one you want. You want Valentine's or you want the anniversary, but you can't get both. Which one you want? It's
Hello.
gonna have to be a command decision.
Yep.
So, but if you get married on Valentine's Day or Christmas or one of those days, then just say, hey, this is my gift. Instead of like, I need two gifts, I need three gifts. This is my gift. So you already know that you're getting your birthday is the anniversary gift or the Valentine's. That is your birthday gift. I mean, pretty much. So, somebody's waited all year to get you that one gift. So it's
Right.
just that same energy when that person's birthday come up.
Right. Yeah.
Just have that same energy. Like Deanna said, if you get me some boxes or some socks, Make sure I got that suit gift certificate, the men's warehouse to go with it. I need some
Yes,
more shoes.
a
I need a hat.
massage,
I need
something.
all
Give me
that.
something else, cause that ain't it. Cause if he was to give me that, I'd be like, all right, is that it? Is that all?
Same.
So
Yeah.
that's gifts that most men should have the experience of going to get a pedicure and a manicure
Yeah.
It's true, cause
or going to the spa.
yeah,
Pamper
definitely,
yourselves.
Absolutely.
that's definitely true. So we all just have to be
Some of y'all
mindful.
faces nasty anyway.
I-
Yeah, look, listen, men need facials too, cause listen, they got skin. They need a good facial,
Yup.
a proper routine to keep their skin looking healthy, looking nice. So when y'all take your pictures together, you're like, ooh, that's my man. Like Kamara always had nice skin though. That's why I decided to marry him.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the major reasons.
wow.
Because I was like, when we have kids, this kid gonna have really nice skin.
I mean, he should be so lucky.
I guess. I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, man, you should be smiling from ear to ear right
I
now.
guess like that's the major reason why she decided to wed.
I mean, I seen the remake picture, so
that was one of my reasons. Of
yeah.
course, I
Well,
love
I
you.
seen the remake picture, so yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I love you.
Yeah. Yep.
You know.
He saw the remake. He saw
Goodness.
the remake.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, but the skin was one. I was like, you know what? He has nice skin.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Where for us men, it's not something we're here normally. Oh, man, he got some nice skin.
Yeah, we
That
don't hear
skin
that
is
often.
awesome. Can I touch that? We don't hear that a lot, so that's a nice compliment to get. Ladies, that's a nice pickup line. You got some nice skin. Thank you. I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true. That is true.
What type of water you drink? Aquafina. Thank you. Tap water. Thank you.
My guy's sleep.
Oh gosh.
Well, appreciate y'all stopping by today. It's been a pleasure doing this episode with y'all. I see
Yes.
BJ and fell out, passed out
Oh yeah.
again. One of these days, when y'all ready, make sure y'all have me on the It's Relational Show. Always got stuff to talk about with the couples aspect and the singles and the couples aspect. But until then, will you both please promote everything that you got going on?
So, you know, one, I'd be remiss, even though we said it earlier, thank you again for having us come on. We do not take it lightly. Any opportunity we have to be on anybody's platform, we appreciate it greatly. So that's just first and foremost. Additionally, or second to that too, so again, Kamar and DeAnne, from It's Relational or It's Relational if you're bad, right? So we can be found with the same, tagline. It's Relational on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. So we can be found there. In terms of the video editing agency, that's Kaj Media or KAJ Media Group. Same thing could be found on Instagram and TikTok and kajmediagroup.com for those that are in for the inquiring minds. But that's everything that I would mention then, right?
Yeah, when you go on our website, it's relational.co,
Oh,
you'll see that we have a relationship ebook, top 25 tips to have a beautiful, long lasting relationship. And we also came out with a grief planning ebook as well to help and guide those that like what to do after you lose a loved one.
yeah.
And we are in the process of launching another product which will be putting that out there very soon. I don't know if you want to see it now.
It's your baby. Second.
Okay. So we're putting together a relationship card game. Are in the process of like fine tuning it, and we're gonna be getting those prototypes out very soon. So we're excited
Yes.
about that.
Yeah.
Anything
No,
else? Yeah.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
That was
Always get new information dropped on the hell out of no podcasts.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's it.
yeah.
We're just learning and growing and like doing the best that
Yes.
we can as a
That's what
couple
I'm
and as
talking about.
parents. Yeah.
That's it. I don't want to add anything further to that.
Before you all go, I forgot to ask. I got your husband last time when he was here by himself, but what's your top five playlist right now that you're listening to?
Well, oh, like the songs I like.
I think it was artist last time. No.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had artist.
yeah. But I'm gonna give her a playlist that she's listening to right now.
Oh,
Well, it's the playlist I put together, which is my gospel playlist. So I like a couple songs. So I like I Surrender Been loving that song right now. I like Manny. I think it's called Manifestura, the Spanish song. Like that song, I love. Been playing this song a lot too. It's by Luciano. It's called. My gosh.
Lord, give me strength.
Yeah, Lord Give Me Strength.
Hmm.
Love that song. Another one that I love is oh my gosh. Oh yes, Out of My Way. The Darkness Get Out of My Way. Like that song as well. I think that's the name of it. You guys find it because I just kind of click and like re-click the same stuff that I like over and over again. And the fifth one is In Jesus' Name, and that is by MTM Isaiah. So love his songs as well. So listen to a lot of gospel.
And you did better than he did.
Yeah, I mean, I was all
He
over the place.
struggled. We had to move his to 10.
Yeah, I was all over the place.
Yeah.
It was all over the place. Now, for a couple, what's your top five songs that you all like to listen to together?
Do we have?
We don't have a couple songs. We just have our one song that's our song, which is A Thousand Years by Christina Perry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hey, that's
our
even better.
song. Like we don't have like a couple songs that like, oh man. We just have our one song.
I mean, you'll have songs that we both know culturally or non-culturally that
Yeah.
we can
Oh,
vibe to, but we do not specifically have a song where we listen to together. Outside of that 1,000 years, which
Yeah.
I honestly can't listen to as often
Yeah,
as
I
maybe
get
she
teared
do.
I
Oh,
tear
yeah,
up,
so we're the
yeah.
same. Yeah, I can't listen to it publicly because I get teary eyed. Like, it happened to me one time when I was with friends of mine in Philly. They played it over the loudspeaker in this restaurant, and I'm like holding it in while talking to them, and they realized my eyes got all watery. I was like, and then eventually when the song passed, I kind of was able to like let go because I was like holding my breath the whole time while the song was playing. I'm like, come on, don't do this. Why are you doing this to me now? But the song passed, I was able to tell him like, hey, yeah, this is on me and DeAnne, blah 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 blah. But yeah, we don't have like a catalog of songs
Yeah.
that we do together.
But if it's a love song that's playing and we know the words, like we'll sing it. We'll sing it to each other. We've done
One,
that.
I think one we did we do it before? No, like a karaoke of
We did I'm Still in Love with
"I'm
You.
Still in Love with You." I did. She does Sasha part.
Yeah, we've done that. Like so we've done like those stuff like that, yeah.
the reggaeton Sean Paul or the rapper Sean Paul? Because people
Reggae,
forget it's
not
two
reggaeton.
people.
I said, when you turn reggaeton? Yeah.
Not Youngblood
Okay.
Sean Paul. I know you're
Okay.
talking about the
Okay.
reggae Sean Paul that just give me
Reggae.
the
Yeah.
light.
Because I
The
have,
Jamaican one.
Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah. I have to ask because
Shanda Paul.
they
yeah.
yeah, because they both came out at the same time. So I have to ask which one. Because I'm like, I know y'all not rapping to each other, but then again, it's New York. So
No,
y'all
no,
dropping five
no.
bars and talking about how much y'all love each other in
No.
Tim's, New York thing. But I just want to tell everybody that this has been a amazing episode. Make sure y'all look up everything that they drop for you all. Look out for the information and the hot tip that they gave y'all for what's coming forward. For anything on my platforms, look for Tedyism.llc. If you want to be on either one of the shows, whether it's relational.co or one of my three shows, the hell out of this one. The two shows I got coming out, I have the book podcast. If you've written books, hit me up. I have that podcast also. For anything else, I want you all to know that whether you are with someone or you're by yourself, just know that you can still show love for yourself and you can show love for that person you're with, just as long as they don't belong to someone else.
Hello.
Just be in love with you. You have to learn how to love you before you can learn how to love someone else. Like I said, this is with you, and I have the honor of talking to the Johnsons, Miss DeAnne, Mr. Kemar, and baby BJ down there is knocked out from this relation.co. We'll see you all later. Bless you later. And love is still a thing. You just have to be part of it.